Yo, 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 you already know what it is. It's your guy, Fatty, outside looking inside, surviving prison. Ah, it's a big go. Chill.
I just how I come at your job, man. My nigga say that shit, Terry Fisher, man. You know what I'm saying? Free me, my nigga. Free me. I've been down $7, nigga. I'm Terry Fisher, nigga. For sure, man. Free Roddy, nigga.
Eddie got another one.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Outside Looking Inside, Surviving Prison. Uh, First of all, get off into this. I want to say, if you're feeling it, click that subscribe button, hit that like button, ring that bell so you can get notified every time I drop. Because I'm gonna be dropping. Uh, I want to thank everybody that's been commenting. I'm trying to go in there and reply to everybody expeditiously. So, that's what's up. I appreciate that. Please keep them coming. So, I posted a video a couple days ago, and a few people commented, and they were saying like I just to clarify real fast, real quick. I'm not glorifying or trying to do none of that for what J5 did. Like, J5 was cool with me, and he never tried nothing with me. Nobody never tried anything with me. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't saying like what he was doing was cool. That's what he chose to do. I had nothing to do with it. I never did anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but like inside of prison, everybody, you either all the way innocent or you guilty. And it's no way, like, ain't nobody walking around with no light over their head like a murderer or rapist or child molester. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know who unless you ask them and they tell you, or they done told somebody else and somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Put it out there. So really, like, in prison, you really can be who you want to be. Like, I done met people who talking about they sell bricks. They had bricks when they was on the street, and they had all this money and that and all that money. And after you sit and talk to them for like an hour, listening to these kingpin stories, they turn around and ask you for a 25-cent suit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm really saying all that to say, like, you never really, you don't know a person in prison for real. You really just don't know them until you get to know them, and that's how it was with me. In fact, that's how it was with a lot of people that I was affiliated with during my incarceration. Um, and by the time I found out what they were actually incarcerated for, we already was cool. Like, they was incarcerated for some crazy stuff, and they also did crazy stuff while they were incarcerated. But the love that they showed me before I found out about that, it just made it be like, man, dang, why you do that, bro? You a cool dude. Like, what was on your mind? So I get the backdrop of the story. So let me tell you this story. It's about my dude JG. He a good friend of mine. We became friends during my incarcerated. Like, he much older than me. Real silly dude. Real funny looking dude. Like, gorilla looking type dude though. You know what I'm saying? Funny looking. He ain't had no teeth, so and he loved the rank. Wore this dirty little hat with the front of the bib bent up, and real funny looking dude. But he mastered saying the word "be." Like, he say that word better than anybody I ever heard use that word. He coded it too short with that word. But real loyal dude too. I met him. He was refereeing. I was playing basketball. I was athletic, so I was on the basketball team. He was a referee. So we met like that. And well, I first seen him like that, but I actually met him through some older dudes. He used to come around, and so we used to politic like that. And then after a while, we had got cool. So we'd kick the bobo, we'd be laughing, we'd be doing our little thing together or whatever. And he had a brother that was down there. And his brother, so JG's brother name was Fast Black. So him and Fast Black never used to hang out, never really used to talk or do nothing. So one day I asked him, I think we might have been playing Cutthroat or something. Cutthroat is for y'all who don't know, it's spades. But it's every man for itself. 4 people playing, but every man for itself, Cutthroat. So we playing that. And conversations just came up like, man, is dude your real brother? Because I heard that they was brothers. So is dude your real brother? He like, yeah, that's my real brother. We got the same mother. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. How y'all in this penitentiary like this and y'all don't speak? Y'all don't do nothing together. So my oldest brother had got murdered. So I was saying stuff like, man, I wish my brother was here instead of where he at. And you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't let a day go by without saying something to my brother. So anyway, we got to talking, and like, man, I can't even get to how silly this dude JG is. Like, he is hilarious. He just hilarious. He always cracking jokes. He always want to rank. He always want to play. He wasn't no frail dude. He was kind of husky. He always wanted to play. Like, he was a good time. So anyway, we talking. He say, yeah, we brothers. We got the same mother, and so Fast Black was working at ODR. Now ODR is where they make the food for the COs. They make food for the COs, and COs buy cheeseburgers and French fries and onion rings and fish sandwiches and chicken sandwiches. So Fast Black worked in there. So what Fast Black would do, he'd be stealing that food out of there and bringing it to the compound to people like us and selling it to us. But he never used to feed JG. He never used to feed JG. So JG say that Fast Black has started messing with a homosexual. And he fell in love with the homosexual. So he was taking care of the homosexual, and the stuff he was taking care of the homosexual with, if he would have looked out for his brother, then he wasn't going to be able to take care of the homosexual. So he picked the homosexual over his brother. So when I found this out, this was JG telling me. So it's bothering me. It's making me like, I really ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it at all. Like, and at the time I wanted to do something to Fast Black behind that. But JG was like, no, that's still my brother. I can't let you do nothing to him. So yeah, JG was like 15 years older than me too at the time. Like, yeah, that's still my brother. I can't let you do nothing to him. But it is what it is. So after me finding out that story, now this is crazy because this is what I'm saying. You never know the person, you never really know the person that you either selling with or in front of in a child hall or behind in a child hall or anything in the penitentiary. You never really know. And you cannot judge a book by its cover inside of the penitentiary. You cannot. In life, period, you can't. But really in the penitentiary, you cannot, because I seen some of the most frailest, small, skinny, like just look like he absolutely nothing, but is a all-out assassin. I'm not gonna say killer. I'm talking about assassin that really, really, really put in that work. So I'm gonna tell you about another dude in my next episode. His name Junior Beckman. But back to JG. So now, my heart going out to JG now. So I'm like, man, dang, when you go home? How long you got? So he like, man, I ain't never coming home. Damn, you ain't never going home. He like, no, he say, yeah, I was on death row, but I filed appeals and got off death row. Now I just got natural life. Man, what did your silly butt do to end up on death row? So he tells me the story. Now they from Youngstown. They from Youngstown, Ohio. So he get to telling me the story. And the story go like this. Fast Black had a murder case. Fast Black killed somebody. And the police got Fast Black locked up. So JG's mother tell him, they got your brother. Go get your brother. So he goes in front of the police station and parks. He parked in front of the police station and waited for them to bring his brother out, transport his brother to their city jail or whatever. And when he saw the sheriff come out with his brother in the back of the car, it was just the sheriff driving and his brother in the back seat. He pulled behind the sheriff car and bumped the sheriff car. So the sheriff pulled over, get out. He shoot the sheriff in the face with a 12 gauge, kill him, and break his brother out. Wow, right? Break his brother out. They go on the run. They end up getting caught. They go on death row. They go on death row for that. So that's what he went. That's what he is in prison for. And now, well, not now, but then, because Fast Black passed away. He passed away. I want to say he passed away from. Well, I ain't even gonna say because I don't know what he passed away from. But he passed away. He's no longer with us. But yeah, that's what JG did. He did that for his brother, and then for them to be in prison, and now they don't even talk. They don't even communicate behind his brother being in a relationship with another man. You know what I'm saying? And he want to be with that man more than he wanted to be with his brother. Now JG started fooling around too, so it wasn't like Fast Black was embarrassed about what he was doing or nothing like that. It was just simply, I don't know what he was thinking in his mind. I wasn't feeling it. So then, but when I found out that story about JG and Fast Black, I'm thinking like, man, wow, for real? But I'm telling him like, man, I don't believe that. That's just too much. That's too gangster. That's too gangster. You know what I'm saying? That's a movie, rap song. He went upstairs and got the paperwork. He went upstairs and got the news clippings, brung them down to me, showed them to me. You know what I'm saying? Old yellow stained newspaper clippings. Looking at them and I'm reading them, and I've just looked at him in a whole different light after that. But yeah, it's real in there. You really never know. You really don't know until you know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. And I've seen people find out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. So they pick with a person or do something to a person. And then next thing you know, it's bad for them. I'm talking about bad. So, yeah. So that goes back to the story with JG. Yeah, he was in Lucasville and he was doing stuff to people and all that. That was before my time. That was before I wasn't even locked. I wasn't even in penitentiary when he was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I was playing in the sandbox when he was doing that. I had nothing to do with that. I met the guy who was cool and he wanted to joke and he wanted to play ping pong. He wanted to play dominoes and he laid on my door and made sure ain't nobody do nothing to me while I was asleep. That's the dude who I met. I met that dude. What he did, that's what he did. Hey, some people probably would have stopped dealing with him after that, but I didn't. He showed me love. And like I said, feel sorry for the people who certain things happen to. I feel sorry for Five too. Because what I didn't say about Five was He been incarcerated since he was 14. He was incarcerated when he was 14. He said he never felt a woman's touch. He don't care about no woman's touch. All he know is the touches he was getting. And you know, who knows? Somebody may have did something to him and sparked that. Him coming in so young, and back in them days when it was real gruesome. I heard stories about how gruesome it was. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in there at that time. I got in. It was a little, you know what I'm saying, a little iffy if you wasn't about that. But back then, you know, it probably ain't even matter if you was about that. You know what I'm saying? Like 5-on-1 and stuff like that. So, you know, that's just, you know, and I just wanted to get that out because a couple people had said something to me. So I wanted to get that out so that everybody know I'm just not just running around with creeps or all this other type of stuff, just willy-nilly and things of that nature. Like, we was in the penitentiary and people was locked up for crimes, and I wasn't going around, I'm not asking like, who are you? What you locked up for? Nothing like that. Like, hey, only time we really checking paperwork is if we feel like you a pedophile, somebody said you a pedophile, or if you a snitch. Like, if you play with them hammers or chase the bag, or you know what I'm saying, you got bank robbers and safe crackers, and it's all type of people in there. So, and even there was some people who was in there for not paying child support. So you just really never know until you know. You know what I'm saying? So that's the point I wanted to get across. But in my next episode, I'm gonna tell you about this guy named Junior Beckman. Hey, so stick around, hang out with me. Outside looking inside, surviving prison. Hey, I got a pearl too. You feel me? Hit me up. KING, the number 0 at gmail.com with your questions, comments, or concerns. Or if you want to get a t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? Custom t-shirts, whatever you want. I got some other stuff and I'll be able to show you in a minute. But cheer, it's going down. Hey, everything 1,000. You feel me? Outside looking inside. Your guy, Fatty. Ugh.
I'm so official. I do what I want because I know that I can. I'm so official. I done paid my dues, so homie,